Namaste. Good evening. Welcome to the 17th episode of season 5 of Turiya Talks. You get in your life what you have the courage to ask for. Success isn't about how much money you make, it's about the difference you make in people's life. I think Vajanti ma'am and myself, we both were discussing about this only just before the show started.
Absolutely.
So, with this, introducing Miss Vajanti Pugalia. She wears couple of hats. We will discuss about it later. But she is the president for Life Skills Council West Bengal Wiki. Welcome to Turiya Talks, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Sandhya. It's an honor to be at your platform. I must applaud you for the work that you're doing. And thank you so much. It's totally an honor to be here with you today.
Thank you. Today we will be talking about Wiki, WICCI. You must have seen couple of ads, the nice pink color. What is Wiki Life Skills Council of West Bengal? And we'll also talk about the blueprint, where ma'am will be talking about the insights on the work of Wiki and much more. So first of all, I would request ma'am if she can introduce herself and talk about her journey.
Thank you, Sandhya. Thank you so much. Well, yes, I would like to begin my introduction by firstly saying that I'm the leading chair, the president of the Life Skills Council of WICCI, which is Women's Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry. That's my first and prime most introduction for today. And yes, and then I am the founder of Sonali's Cubo and iCubo. So Sonali's Cubo and iCubo is actually a platform which I started more than 20 years back to incubate young talent, to foster growth, writing skills, and so much more, amongst the youth, and a lot of networking sessions and communications knowledge is shared on Sonali's Cubo. And lately, towards from the last 5 years or so, I am into generating a lot of awareness towards child entrepreneurship, the transgender community, the power behind the homepreneurs, and body shaming. There's so much to talk about in the community besides your commercial work. So on my two verticals, which is Sonali's Cubo and iCubo, both platforms, if commercially they're connected to teaching communications and networking and business ethics and aesthetics around personal branding, etc., a large part of its domain also revolves around social entrepreneurship, which is to bring all these causes upfront with the community.
Right. Thank you. So coming straight to today's topic, can you just tell us about Wiki a bit more? Though of course people can see a lot on their own on social media, but getting the perspective from the president, I think it matters.
Absolutely. So, would you like me to give you a little more detail about what is Wiki?
Right.
Well, Wiki. Wiki, as in Women's Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry, has been established on the same basis and the same lines as All Ladies League and Women Economic Forum. Uh, all of these platforms are women centric, and what they give to women, Sandhya, is networking, a learning exchange program, and a lot of collaboration. Our global chair, Dr. Harbeen Arora, is very set with this mission and vision, or the blueprint of Wiki, which is to empower women, by women, for women. Everything is about women. Her active interest lies in bringing women forefront, and so that women can also take an active part in the economic contribution of just not India, but also in the global economy. And most of you who don't know about Wiki, if you read more about Wiki on social media and Google more about this chamber, it's a national chamber. And it further strengthens women's entrepreneurship skills and boosts B2B business, engagement with government policies, institutions, and global trade. It's what I like about this chamber and why I connected with it. It's because it's picked up such minute areas of workings with which women can identify. Be right from probably education to social media to marketing to SME to so many different sectors are covered by the different councils which fall under Wiki. And as I said, it's a national chamber, and its fundamental bylaws lie in creating an atmosphere for women which can generate palatable government policies which can give them loads of business, loads of knowledge, lots of incentives, and create a lot of robust around their empowerment and their working styles, because so much of global engagement is also possible through Wiki, and a lot of commerce across all sectors can be initiated through this chamber Wiki. Sandhya, while I've always pondered on this thought that women in India contribute to just 17% of the national GDP compared to its global percentage value, which is nearly 40%. So, and even the Niti Aayog very brightly says that to increase the GDP of India, what you need and what you need to initiate very strongly is the female workforce, and that is what Wiki has put up as its prime mission, that to put women at the seat of decision making. When women are at the seat of decision making, they engage with the corporates, the NGOs, with government. They can lay out a very inclusive plan which can boost a lot of empowerment and business for women. So this is what the Women's Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry has its vision very rightly focused at.
Right. I think God made a woman to be strong, not to be trampled under others' feet. And I'm sure platforms like Wiki, they'll make women more stronger, because knowledge is power, networking is power, network is everything in the current era. I think we can quickly take up a few questions from audience.
Absolutely.
Right. Can we have the questions? So how much of exposure are women, Indian women entrepreneurs getting? Maybe she's asking from Wiki perspective.
Well, you see, Wiki has just, it started to just roll out its councils and creating, its existence much after the lockdown started. Though through its premier bodies like All Ladies League and Women Economic Forum, already there's, if you read about that on social media and see the pictures, the talks which are available online, you'll be able to see this anyway. The initiation goes up years ahead, where goes back years ahead, where so much of interglobal exchange programs have already been initiated by Dr. Harbeen Arora. So well, to just pinpoint and say what is the exact growth is very difficult, because I can just tell you that it's a nexus for more than 50,000 women, more than 7,000 office bearers, which have come together, and with so many bilateral councils all across the globe. You name the country, and Wiki's presence is there. So it's sure to create a lot of robust and lot of opulence around the subject.
I'm just trying to visualize when you're saying world is a global village. Suppose I'm just talking about my journey. I worked for
Right,
15 years, and then I formed this agency called Turiya Communications LLP, and we are a complete communications agency.
right.
Now I have become a member of Wiki.
Mhm.
Maybe after a few months, I'll be able to discuss campaigns with two women entrepreneurs from Africa, two from
Absolutely.
Kenya, two from Australia,
See, you
And
have to understand one thing. I always say this, Sandhya, that when we talk about entrepreneurship, it is driven by many factors. When we talk about entrepreneurship, especially in a woman, it is driven by caste, it is driven by religion, it is driven by the orientation of the woman, it is driven by the upbringing, how you are raised, your conditioning, your laws of your country, the education behind it. So when you talk about a particular sector and you discuss the same sector with a woman in Africa or a woman in America, it's going to change your views completely, and it's going to give you knowledge with which you can absolutely amplify your work.
right.
Yeah.
So I think we are a global village now. I don't know. From village, we'll become a small mini town. What is it? I don't know.
I
So,
think
so much
Vicky
of
is
discussion.
making
Right,
family. Yeah, I think I totally resonate with you when you say it's like a village, which is global village, because I think it's become like now. Oh, are you associated with Vicky? Wow, now that becomes a family. So the moment
right,
you see a woman who's associated with Vicky, you know that she's there for a cause.
right. We can take up few more questions. We got couple of questions. I don't know. So maybe we have got many women entrepreneurs.
Right.
Are you working on any projects revolving around the coronavirus and its impact on the society?
Who
Maybe
is
she's asking
not?
from Vicky perspective.
Right. So, well, Shruti, right? The one who
Right.
wanted to ask the question. Okay, Shruti. So, as I told you, that there are more than 200 sectors of vivid area of focus in Wiki. We have mental health. We have education, primary education. We have social media, marketing. So each council, in their own way, is trying to do their bit in terms of engaging women in talks which will help them in getting sort of aware or mentally stronger in the times that we are in now. So whether me, who is the president of the Life Skills Council, through my council and its workings, or anyone else, like as I said, my sister, other council members, they all are trying in their own way to raise awareness towards certain subjects, like just very recently, tomorrow there is an amazing talk with the regional council of West Bengal, with a senior panelist who's going to be discussing about COVID. So yes, through the limitations that we have right now because of the times, Wiki is actually trying to create a bond. It's trying to raise awareness. It's trying to bring around a very strong nexus of women to just not cater to COVID, but to different areas of growth and liberalization for women.
Right. I can see few more viewers joining in, and you have not missed much. We are talking about Wiki Life Skills Council of West Bengal, and we are discussing the blueprint with none other than Miss Pugalia. Next question. This is very interesting. I think etiquettepreneurship, is it a subset in entrepreneurship? I don't know. So I think ma'am will better answer. So what is it, and does it deal with luxury management only?
No. So her question actually is that is etiquettepreneurship also luxury management? So yes, luxury management is definitely a part of etiquettepreneurship, wherein there's actually a particular domain where you are taught how to view luxury, how to address luxury, how to respect luxury, how to be updated of the times, because of with the different luxury, what is in, what was in. So yes, definitely luxury management happens to be a very integral part of etiquettepreneurship, wherein you basically talk about abundance in terms of luxury, and you learn a lot of do's and don'ts around it. So do you know, Sandhya, there in etiquettepreneurship, that is in soft skill management or life skill management, there are actually courses which are given to salesmen, saleswomen, who are
Yes.
selling luxury items, to how to read their clients nature and address them with these items so that the sales can be better.
I agree. Yes. Next question. Ma'am, you have worked on a number of projects and workshops involving children, women, and transgenders. Could you tell us a bit more about the projects and the experience you had on them? And adding to this, will you have these projects under WICCI chapter, WICCI Skills Council of West Bengal?
That's a very, very interesting question. Yes, see, each of us are coming from our own domain, our own area of focus. And when we come to the wiki table, we bring all of this with us. So, definitely, if you ask me, Sonali's Cubo has engaged in a lot of social entrepreneurial causes. I organized India's probably the first ever Pan India Summit on transgenders, where there was pitching, there was fashion shows, there was panel discussions, and much more. If you Google the third eye, you would know about it. And what I tried to do was to hit where the economy lies, that is with the corporate, and tell the people that the transgender community is more than what meets your eye. Similarly, by raising awareness towards child entrepreneurship, when I organized probably again the first Pan India Summit on Child Entrepreneurship under 18, I was trying to hit the suicidal cases and the peer pressure that children go through because of so much of the load of basic education. And I try to highlight that so much more is required than the bookish knowledge. So yes. I have done my bit. I'm doing my bit, whether it is raising campaigns for body shaming through Main Apni Favorite Hu, or doing pageants even for senior citizens, or doing a lot of competitions to promote the talent for homepreneurs. I think, I want to add many to this list. And empathy happens to be a very integral life skill. And me being the chair of the Life Skills Council, I definitely want to bring all of this work or some of its work to my table of Wiki as well.
Right. Next question. Before we take up the next question, I think we have Manjula ji with us. Good evening.
Yes, and I would like to say Manjula Ji Jain and Indu Gandhi after Dr. Harbeen Arora. They are our Kolkata, our West Bengal's regional chair and our vice chair. And whatever I'm saying today in so proudly for Wiki or All Ladies League or Women Economic Forum, all my guidance, all my belief, and all my trust to give my time and discipline to this organization comes from these two spearheads. So, yes, I'm very indebted to these two women. And if they keep guiding us the way they are doing, I'm sure Wiki and all its councils, specifically in West Bengal, are going to take it to great heights.
Right. Next question. You're also fine dining and wine specialist. Tell us something about your company, iCubo.
Well, yes, again, a part of a life skill, and iCubo is basically dealing with youth and everything to do with the skills of youth. So, fine dining and table styling, they all are life skills, and iCubo is a platform which I diversified and created a separate platform, within Sonali's Cubo so that the youth can be focalized, the youth can get a platform to exhibit their talent, because there's so many organizations, Sandhya, who are doing so many vocational and other courses. But when it comes to giving them a platform to talk, or to showcase their talent is what actually I wanted to do with iCubo. So yes, it's more like an incubating platform, and yes, there are limitations now because of the COVID, but soon I'm sure iCubo is going to deliver a lot of great work for the community.
Right. Next question. I think I'm not getting much chance to ask because people are prepared.
I would
Yes.
like to talk a little more about WICCI's by councils, that is the
Right.
national councils and all the other councils of WICCI, and also what, as a life skill council, what do we have in the focus? So, firstly, when I talk about the Life Skills Council of WICCI West Bengal, is yet another manifolded council with all the vision and mission of WICCI cohort in one place, which is to take steps towards recommending a lot of policy changes for women and authorities, and work in the B2B sector, empower women, help in their funding. And life skills happens to be a very integral part of any woman's life, or I should say any human's life, wherein all the activities and all the challenges that you have in your life, and whether in personal relationship or you want to excel in your business, this particular domain of focus, which is life skills, is very important. And WICCI, with its 200 plus sectors, is there to highlight these different areas and voice out the do's and the requirements for women to set up more confident businesses, and focus on the mainstream. And whether it is a rural sector or it is the urban sector, WICCI, along with all its council, is there to create a very impactful network, a very impactful bond of give and take, of information, of business, so that women can actually take active part in the economical development of their country.
Right. Thank you for the insights. I'm sure you'll have more and more members. Can you have more than 20 members in a council?
Yes,
In
you can have more than member in the council, and yes, but each person is looked in and scrutinized so that we can generate best value towards engagement and for towards policy making or towards knowledge share, etc. So I would like to then share a little bit about the life skills councils also, Sandhya. So as you know, in the life skills WICCI West Bengal council, we have women from very diversified areas of life. So there are financial experts, there are educationists, there are people from media, there are journalists, there are authors, there are entrepreneurs. So the reason why such a beautiful nexus of craft is put together in the WICCI Life Skills Council of West Bengal is so that when we cater to women in terms of knowledge share or helping different focused women with their needs, when they reach out to us or we reach out to them, we are able to address many psychological, many different areas wherein women generate, they need an awareness, they need us to help. Because Sandhya, I think we all are walking towards globalization, as it is said, but globalization cannot happen if women are marginalized. And it is
right,
absolutely seen that the GDP can only increase if women workforce is added more, as I said earlier. So it's like chambers like WICCI who can give that platform to these women to shine and reach out to the actual worth of what the potential they have.
right. A few questions. You're quite a representation of an empowered woman. You have been awarded by the Women's Economic Forum and also by Miss Tara Gandhi Bhattacharya, the granddaughter of Mahatma Gandhi. So maybe your story can inspire women going forward.
Well, I think that's maybe somewhere something is ignited. No wonder our dear regional chair, Manjula ji, must have chosen me to be the president to lead the Life Skill Council. So I think any form of accolade is like a pat on your back that you are in the right direction. Because Sandhya, when a woman stands up for herself, or when she achieves something for herself, I think if you achieve that with the focus that you are not achieving it just for yourself, but for a tribe of women, then it takes on a very, very different meaning. So, even if you tell me in terms of life skills or in terms of soft skill management, with so many questions pouring in right now, it is not something new. Wiki is just trying to channelize it. The modern times lately have given life skills a very a term probably which is very fashion buzzed word, life skill management, but it is more about processing your emotions, and that's exactly what me and my team are going to be doing, which is helping women to process these emotions more effectively, to generate more growth for them. Because life skill management is not something new. We can trace it back to the times of the Renaissance, or we can even target it back to the times of the economic sort of a facade which took place in the 18th and the 19th century. We can trace it back to Shakespeare and Balzac and Voltaire and Jane Austen, and even to our own people, like Gandhiji and Rani Lakshmi Bai. So when we talk about what Wiki is trying to do through its chamber, that is encouraging women in the different sectors, from education to social media, or any particular sector, what is it trying to do? It's trying to bring in all of these qualities which is somewhere there in us, but packaging it well so that we can deliver it better in our lives. Just like probably what we learn in our lives, and we can use it in our personal life or professionally. Tolerance through Gandhiji, or we can learn critical thinking from Rani Lakshmi Bai, or from our own Rabindranath Ji Tagore. We can learn that interdependence and self-awareness is so important. No wonder he said that sometimes a pen can be mightier than the sword. So these all are our heritage of life skills, of so many different skills that Wiki is trying to bring forward through its different sectors of working.
Right. Entrepreneurship is not at all easy. I think it keeps us on our toes. People start very small, but they dream big. I'm sure such chambers like Wiki, they can handhold people and they can make them earn revenue, more money
Absolutely.
in their pocket, more money, more knowledge, few
Absolutely.
more
That is
questions.
sure.
Do you think gender equity stands a chance in the future of this country?
Yes, it's a long way, it's a long thought, it's a long leap, but we can't stop working thinking that when is it going to be 100% visible? Each day is a challenge, each campaign, each action is a part of the bigger ball game. So I think as conscious citizens and educated people, each day we must try to generate awareness, we must engage in discussions, we must try and educate. I think, Sandhya, the best way that we can conquer this is through education of the youth that is coming ahead. Because if we can change and impact the thought processes of people, it is definitely going to bring a faster and a more handsome visibility on gender equity. But yes, it's a long process. It was always there in our country, gender equity, when we trace back years back. But I think with so many civilizations coming in and going out, lot of metamorphosis has taken place of our thoughts. But yes, we will definitely reach there. India is a very, very powerful country, and I think if it's the youth channelizes these thoughts well, it's going to make remarkable difference in the community.
Right. $5 trillion economy, I think it can only be achieved by the inclusion of women entrepreneurs. More and more
Absolutely.
women directors on the company board.
Absolutely, because I think, Sandhya, the main thought process is which even biggest of the research groups have put in is that uh, you know women are either too emotional, or women are not very critical thinkers, or women can't work after they have babies, or if the husbands are working, the women need not work. So these are the denotations of basic even today, the basic thought process of engaging women, and this stereotype needs to be broken. And I think if you look recently, it's breaking. I think women are breaking for themselves, and some of the men also coming forward. We can't just say that the men are not allowing women to do that. It's, as I said, it all traces back to conditioning. And who conditions men? It's the women, because women are caregivers, and somewhere, something, some channel got mixed up, but we'll definitely get back on track.
Right. We can take up one or two more questions if we have. How can Life Skill Council help women during the pandemic times with the domestic violence?
That's a beautiful question coming from a beautiful person. So thank you, Manjula ji, for this awesome question. And yes, the West Bengal Life Skills Council can surely generate a lot of awareness and a lot of thought process around domestic violence, as definitely the constraints of the time is such that physically we can't do much. But by engaging with people and bringing forward the stories and the graphs of reality which has been happening, the cases which are seen just not in rural homes, just not in low income homes, but also in urban households. There's so much that is being heard during these times, specifically because more and more men and women are getting time to stay together. So many divorces, so many quarrels, again, lack of interpersonal skills, lack of resilience, lack of patience. All of these needs to be incubated and talked and discussed and made viral, actually, more and more. Because see, I know so much of webinars and so much of talks is happening around so many vivid subjects already that people are tired of listening. But we should not stop speaking, we should not stop talking about them. If you don't want to listen, you can close your laptop, but you need to just keep making that noise. So when there is a mob which moves ahead with the slogans applauding their leaders, they are not bothered in that heat of the moment who's listening to them and who's not. They are just there doing their work, and that's what Life Skills West Bengal Council is also stationed at. That is to just bring awareness maximum to the areas that need focus, that need directive, and so that we can surely make a difference in a lot of women's lives.
Right. IMF just released a data said that India's economy is going to contract by more than 10%. Times are critical, times are tough, times are challenging. Uh, During such times, we need somebody to handhold us. There are just 24 hours in a day. We need to sleep, we need to do basic things, we need to work as well. And we need to work in the most smartest way. And people say that people, those who can network well, they can go to the sky without being the word and without being the pilot. So people, those who really would like to get into different discussions, I'm just thinking, suppose somebody is a businessman and they need to know some perspective from lawyer, they can get it from the sectoral sister concern, which is
Absolutely.
another chapter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely,
somebody would,
Sandhya. There is
yeah,
legal counsel. There's so many different councils. So you just need to type wiki, and you would see so many councils coming up. Even when it comes to mental health or it comes to wellness, the marketing, social media, digital media. There is so much. And any questions you have, any awareness, anything that you want to reach out to these councils, I'm surely you're going to get a lot of answers. And as you said very rightly, Sandhya, networking happens to be the key factor, and collaborations happen to be the key factor of any domains. And Wiki, I think, is going to play and is already playing a very, very strong front in this sphere.
so you mean to say FICE is not even 1 year old?
Wiki, Wiki
Wiki,
Wiki is just we have started to very strongly work only during it's a concept which has been there, but that already a lot of back office work has been initiated long time back, but the councils are being formed more so, this year, and already the team is so large, just not in West Bengal, but as being a national council. So many different, many other states in India are also having different, wiki councils at national level, at the state level. So yes, which is easier because this way of creating a hub is of women in different states, different levels, even internationally, like America to Cameroon to Africa, there is a wiki everywhere.
Right. We can take up one last question. Can spirituality help us as a life skill?
Trust me, I'm sure Manjula ji would love this question, because spirituality is the only life skill probably which can help you in all the other life skills. So if you're spiritually stronger, you can have a much stronger mental health, and which is going to result more in your physical workings. As I always say, that if you are spiritually stronger, you don't need to engage in any Me Too movement, because there would not be any Me Too. You know what is going to be there, Sandhya? Hashtag I am, because I am is going to be so strong that you don't need a Me Too.
Right. Any final message from Vicky, if we have missed it, for Calcutta chapter, Calcutta people, Calcutta entrepreneurs,
Well,
women entrepreneurs?
all I can just say is that if you want to associate with Wiki, or you want to know more about Wiki, or be there as an audience, be a part of the Wiki social media, so you are in tune with all the workings, nationwide workings that are happening, so that whichever area, whichever domain, or a focus that you want to engage in, you can do. And Wiki is there to create an army of women who can empower each other. So surely, as it's up to you how you can use Wiki to your benefit, because we are there to make service to the humankind, especially to women all around.
Right. I'm sure going forward, Vicky will drive business to business connections with women, and there'll be more entrepreneurs across India and worldwide getting connected, and they would
Absolutely.
discuss many
We are already
programs.
having so many global conferences, global talks already in such a short span of time. We are already having so many engagement with foreign countries, which is just first step, because even in these times where our engagement can are so restricted because of the situation, we are able to generate so much of awareness towards our working, and also to generate, as Sandhya you said, networking and building interpersonal connections. Then it is, and you also learn how you can drive it to B2B. So sometimes you have the platform, but you don't know how to get to that B2B, and you'll be able to do that through Wiki.
राइट. नेटवर्किंग वो नहीं है कि मेरे पास जॉब नहीं है और हम एक मोटा सा डायरेक्टरी से किसी को भी फोन करके घुमा दिए और बोले कि मुझे जॉब दे दो. नेटवर्किंग ऐसा है कि आपके ऑफिस पे कहीं पे कुछ आग लगा है एंड यू नीड टू सॉल्व इट विद जस्ट 2 कॉल्स. And for that,
Absolutely.
trust me, you need to be very, very consistent, persistent in your approach, and you need to talk with people. You have to connect with people.
Absolutely. And I
Any
think those.
final message for Turiya
Yes,
Talks?
Sandhya, I think Turiya Talks, you as the leading person behind Turiya Talks and Turiya Communication, is doing a fantastic work. I've been tracing your journey. You're getting such amazing people to share, their area of work, their lineage with from where they are coming from. And I'm totally elated to talk about Wiki with you, because so many people can learn about this organization through your portal. And yes, that 2 calls that you talked about, which you need to make when there's a fire up, I think you just need to make 1 call in the wiki, and you would know where to get your answers from. So wiki is that one important call, that one lifeline that you can always address to. So thank you for this opportunity where I could share the workings and the vision and mission of Dr. Harbeen Arora, and also our regional chairs Manjulaji Jain and Induji Gandhi. So thank you, Sandhya, once again. And I want to applaud all my team members in Life Skills Council to be there, who have given their time, their love. And soon we are going to be engaging in more, comprehensive work to make a difference in the community. Thank you, Sandhya. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your time. Thank you for making things simpler. And thanks to my audience for appreciating our work and requesting us the guests we need to get on the show. So we'll meet on this Thursday at 6:30, and we'll discuss something very interesting. Stay hooked to our pages, and you don't have to do much. Just subscribe to our channel. And in case if you like and even do not like, please do share your feedback. Till then, namaste. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.